So, and to me, this is a quintessential spring butterfly.
I agree. After all, it's on the wing for 6 weeks every year, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Corfu Butterfly Survey, of course, has recorded it as early as February, but this year I think it was mid-March before we saw it.
That's right, it was a bit later this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then of course it peaks in the middle of April, and we see it sharply drop off at the beginning of May, when I think over the 2 years we've only ever recorded 6 individuals.
That's right, and that corresponds just when the weather gets warmer, doesn't it?
And I think that's relevant.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I think your comment about it being too warm in May is really, really pertinent, because this, of course, is a butterfly that is supremely adapted for living in cold conditions.
That's right, it can get really cool this time of year in Corfu. Sometimes in the evenings it's as cool as in the wintertime.
Yeah, and of course we're sitting here almost baking, aren't we? It's the 1st of April and really
It
astounding.
is. Yeah.
But we know that it could be really cold and damp and wet and horrible.
Of course, and we get loads of rainfall in April in Corfu.
Yeah. So I think that this butterfly partly deals with all of these cold conditions by having a really hirsute body, a body covered in black hairs.
Right, because it's all about insulation, isn't it?
Mostly, I think. If you think about it, when it's flying around, it's generating a great deal of heat energy from its flight muscles. But of course, when it's just sitting basking, those black hairs are going to absorb a lot of solar radiation, which itself is turned into heat energy. So that's a way in which it keeps the heat energy in its body.
That's right, Dan, and we haven't even mentioned that the host plant is widely available right now.
Of course, yeah.
Wow, look at all the eggs on that leaf, and you can tell they're fresh because they're so white.
Yeah, of course, this is a host plant, Aristolochia rotunda. It's an incredible number to see.
Oh, it's a beautiful one.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
Yeah, look at the red and the yellow and the black markings.
Yeah, and you can see all of the black hairs on its body.
Yeah, that we were talking about earlier, yeah.
And what's amazing is you can get this close.
That is, I mean, it's super easy to photograph. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, I had a wonderful day out looking for the Southern Festoon.
Well, I had a blast. I really enjoyed myself so much. But of course, there's a serious side to this, isn't there? This is part of the Corfu Butterfly Survey. It's a citizen science project where we're trying to engage the people to map the butterflies of Corfu. And our current map is filled with holes, so you and I couldn't possibly do all of that on our own. So what we really need, actually, is to engage you. We really need your help. You know what the butterfly looks like now. So please, if you see it, go to www.corfubutterflyconservation.org and register as a user and give us your data. If you do that, we'll be immensely grateful. And I've had a great time today.
Thank you, Dan. It's been my pleasure.
Fantastic.